Alright, listen. Gatekeeping in video games can be pretty damn lame. And many of us are familiar with it, unfortunately. Especially if you're a fan of the Soulsborne games. But what if I told you that FromSoft themselves are guilty of doing this to their own players? And that they've been doing it long before Dark Souls was even created. Now I'm going to go ahead and prove it to you, so kick back and relax as I tell you the story of the original FromSoft elitist, Werehound. Armored Core is a series that a lot more people are familiar with now, especially with the recent release and success of Armored Core 6. But this story takes place way back in the year 2000, boy. Talk about Armored Core 2 today, alright? Now, for many of us, this was our very first Armored Core, so we didn't really know what to expect other than, you can build a giant robot with giant guns? What's there not to like, you know what I'm saying? So after choosing a name for yourself and a brief bit of background lore, you find yourself in the intro mission. Now notice how I didn't say tutorial. That's because there is none. This intro is very much sink or swim.
If you fail, you die.
Which is your first indicator that, maybe this game might not be that easy, alright? But anyway, let's continue. After taking your damn teddy bear headed mech through the intro mission, you find yourself in the Nerves Conquered, which is the central hub of this game. And you immediately get some mail, which is essentially just you being welcomed into the fold, and they tell you how they set up your first mission for you, and that there's also an arena. Whoa, wait, an arena? Boy, you over here talking to me about missions? I don't care about no missions. I'm in it for the glory. We're getting some of that arena action, homie. Let's go. So naturally, me and my friends, we jump straight into the arena. And our first opponent is this dude named Lightseeker. Now, this goes pretty much how you expect it to go for a first opponent in a new game, right? It's pretty simple. There's really nothing to it. But immediately after beating him, he sends you a message, the contents of which are pretty much him warning you about some guy named Werehound and how as long as he's around, you ain't gonna go nowhere in life. Now, me and my friends kind of just shrugged off like, man, go over and slap the taste out that dude's mouth. What are you talking about over here? Let's go. Now, little did we know, that was FromSoft's way of warning us about the imminent ass whooping we would soon receive, alright? So without a care in the world, we went back to the arena, and we challenged our second opponent, 8-Ball, who was essentially Discount 9-Ball, or 9-Ball at home, if you will. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the name 9-Ball, that is one of the most famous characters in the Armored Core series. So, looking at this footage in the background, you can clearly tell that this dude does not live up to the legend, alright? I mean, look, this dude's barely moving when you fight him. What the hell is that? But hey, it's free money, right? So after beating 8-Ball, we decided, man, we need a new gun. This beginner rifle kind of sucks. So we figured, alright, let's go ahead and do that first mission they lined up for us. And it went relatively okay, except for the fact that we had taken a lot of damage by the end of that mission. Now, that particular piece of information is going to be relevant later in the video, alright? But let's go ahead and continue the story. After making a little bit of money from that first mission that we did, combined with some of the money we made in the arena, we made our way over to the shop to try and see what kind of goodies they got going on in there. Now, with what was available to us with the money we had on hand, the choice was very easy. A machine gun, high offense power, man, say less, that's all we need to hear, let's do it. So naturally, we bought that, of course. And so, with new machine gun in hand, we proceeded to cut a swath of destruction through the arena, okay? We were just absolutely demolishing everyone. It was just easy mode. And right around the time we started thinking, hey, you know what? This game's kind of easy, is when it happened. We got some new mail. And the mail was from none other than Werehound himself. And he's pretty much just telling you that you ain't nothing and he's about to destroy you. So, as undaunted as ever, we just went ahead, beat the guy before him, and then challenged him. And boy, we were not ready for this, man. I'm telling you, look at this. Ready? Look, right off the rip, he just immediately starts shooting. And look at this damage, bro. Hello? Where did my health go? What the hell is that? And look, he's not even shooting me. How am I still losing AP? This dude is a monster, bro. Look, I'm just dodging in between and out of cover, bro. Are you kidding me? You need to understand that all the opponents before this just stood out in the open, bro. This is absurd. The difficulty spike is ridiculous, bro. How are you supposed to beat that? How? Yeah, man, we got absolutely demolished, all right? Now, here's the thing. All you need to do is take one look at this guy's profile, okay? And all will make sense, all right? Take a look at this. He has the skills to go higher, but likes breaking in newcomers with potential. So he stays where he is. His AC is designed to inflict pain and sorrow on the weak. Bro, and look at his AC name, PK. PK? As in player kill? Dude, FromSoft are a bunch of damn trolls, alright? We're barely an hour into this game, right? And we've just hit the single largest difficulty spike in this entire game. They literally created an elitist character to gatekeep their own players. And I love it. 10 out of 10 game design. Dude, that's so sick. It's so sick. Now, after getting destroyed God knows how many more times, the quest had begun. Everyone's trying to figure out how do we beat Werehound. Now, I need you to understand something here, all right? When this game first came out, a lot of us were just little kids. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a little kid and ran into a problem in a video game, the solution was simple. Get a bigger sword. Bigger sword equals more damage, problem solved, okay? So in the case of this game, we needed bigger guns. We went back to the shop because this 105 attack power on the machine gun, I can count that high. That's not a big enough number. We need something better, all right? And boy, did we find exactly what we were looking for. 3,000 attack power, fires grenades, large explosions. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Let me get one of those. But, ooh, hold on a second. That's a little expensive. Now, you might be saying, just go do some extra missions, earn some extra money. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Ammunition and AC repair costs in this game were no joke. Your post-mission screen often looked like a week's worth of pay after taxes, my guy, okay? Oh, and let's not forget that you can go into debt in this game as well, and earn yourself a game over if you're too deep into it. Now, you can't exactly go into the arena to try and make some money either, because you got some backwards knee-having ass dude gatekeeping your progress, so that's out of the picture. And look, let's be honest, even if you could afford it, good luck hitting the dude with this freaking thing. This man jumping around like crazy, bro. It's ridiculous. And so, just like many other games back during this time, there was only one real solution, and that was, you need to get good. So, being the determined little dudes that we were back then, that's exactly what we did. We started to really learn the mechanics of the game. Hey, look at this. You can overheat in this game. That's why we were taking damage though he wasn't shooting us anymore. Alright, so we need to save it for a new radiator then. Bro, check this out. There's this thing called Overboost, and it makes you go crazy fast. But the best part is, it sounds cool as hell. We started approaching missions much more conservatively, only destroying the enemies that we absolutely had to, and keeping a distance and taking cover all to minimize expenses so we could save as much money as we could. We started refighting previous arena opponents just to get extra practice in. And in doing so, we learned the importance of stage selection in this game, as well as buying parts that suit our specific defensive needs. Then after putting all this stuff together, there was only one last thing left to do before we could challenge Werehound again. Now, it has been a known fact since the dawn of gaming that the cooler you look, the better you play, son. Hell yeah, we gotta throw some paint on this thing real quick, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and also, let's not forget, we gotta give it a name. A name that accurately describes the purpose of this thing's creation. Yeah, there it is. Now we're ready to fight this guy again. So we made our way over to the arena to finally put an end to this dude, man. Let's go. Now, I don't exactly remember how long it took, how many attempts were made, or even which one of us did it first. But what I do remember is that one of us beat Werehound. And what came next is a feeling that all Soulsborne players know very well. That overwhelming sense of accomplishment, man. We finally did it. It's over. Obstacle cleared. We succeeded. Feeling on the top of the world, cloud nine, all of that. Hell yeah. And when I said earlier that this was the single largest difficulty spike in the entire game, I was not exaggerating. I think it's like, what, the next 10 opponents after him are an absolute cakewalk in comparison to this dude, man. It's ridiculous. Now, what does Werehound do in response to you defeating him? Well, he sends you another message, and in true elitist fashion, he's still talking smack to you, dude. Talking about, don't get cocky just because you beat me. Come on, bro. You can't even let me have the victory. You gotta freaking tear me down in some mail afterwards. I love it. Listen, this little Werehound saga is exactly why I believe that this character is one of the most clever and important pieces of game design in this entire game. By FromSoft gatekeeping their players in this manner and doing it this early in the game, they're able to accomplish a lot of really good things. Through Werehound, they're able to encourage their players to learn the mechanics of the game, gain knowledge and skills that will serve you well throughout the rest of your playthrough. It sets a foundation, and it's really well done. But to me, the most important thing they're able to accomplish with this character is they're able to immerse you into the world of this game. Through Werehound, FromSoft is able to sell you the illusion that these are real people with their own motivations and reasons for fighting in the arena and outside of it. I mean, you got a girl who's only fighting the arena just to earn some scratch to support her family. You've got an arms dealer whose only interest is showing off his inventory to potential buyers. Hell, if you run into an arena opponent out during a mission and you kill him, that's it. He's dead. He doesn't even show up in the arena anymore. You can't fight him. That does wonders for immersion. And of course, we have a guy whose sole purpose is to crush the hopes and dreams of newbies. And his difficulty reflects that. That's a big part of what makes him so memorable. You ask anybody that's played Armored Core 2, and I guarantee you the vast majority of them have some sort of memory attached to this guy. And the memory of this character persists even to this day. Look, I went online to go see if I can find some trivia about Werehound that maybe I didn't already know. Now imagine my complete surprise and delight when I found this Reddit post that is essentially detailing everything that I just mentioned in this video. You have no idea how much good it does my heart to know that this character is still inflicting pain and suffering on new players years after the initial release of the game, bro. I don't know. I just find that hilarious. FromSoft have been trolls since day one, bro, and I hope they never change. Dude, that's so sick. Now, look, in terms of actual gatekeeping in video games, honestly, I feel like it's kind of lame, right? It's a little silly. Like, we all bought the game. We can play it and enjoy it how the hell we damn please, you know what I mean? But developers gatekeeping their own players through clever game design, dude, that is just, it's hilarious. I don't know what else to say. I just love it. It's awesome. All right, I've only got one last thing to mention before I start closing out this video. If the idea of taking the strife of the past and visiting upon the players of today interests you at all, well, then you're in luck because I'm currently recreating Werehound in Armored Core 6. I'm taking it to BP to keep that legend alive. So, hey, consider subscribing. That way you don't miss out on that video when it does release. And it'll be coming out soon. I'm almost finished with this. You don't have to wait very long. But other than that, I got nothing else for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all again real soon. Later.